as you know, the University of Hawaii, we have a lot of exchange students, a lot of students coming from Japan to get certified in athletic training or some other profession. A lot of times the exposure is different in the US, I think. So with strength coaches, with athletic trainers, you guys do have the Japanese Athletic Training Association, but it's still developing, not quite as strong as NATA in the US. So it's good that you got that exposure, that experience and everything. And the other thing that I was going to say, which is the thing I learned just a little while ago, was that I didn't realize that you taught English for a couple years.
Yeah,
Because
that's
that is
what
the
I
one
did.
thing coming from Japan and English being your second language, you would not be able to tell. You communicate so perfectly with all of us. And that is one thing that always impresses me, how well you can speak English. So after that, you went to University of Arkansas, right? Because you
Right.
wanted to go through the master's program, become a certified athletic trainer. Now, how was that experience for you being, in a place that's so different from Japan?
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. Because at that time, I don't think right now, the Arkansas, Fayetteville, where the university is, having lots of foreign students, especially like including Asians. But at that time, I don't think there was so much Japanese or Asian students.
Yes.
Then everybody was like asking me question, where are you from? I'm from Tokyo, Japan. I was then they were like, why? Why are you coming from Tokyo to Arkansas? I was like, they have a great program. They were like, yeah, but then it
Yeah.
was so funny. And I mean, it was so funny. Like sometimes little kids being what you gonna call pure evil. So
Uh-huh.
that when I was walking down the street, that 3 or 4 years old, so cute. She was like talking to her mom, and she was like, "Hey, that guy looks different." I was
Yeah.
kind of laughing, and the mom was like, "I'm so sorry, and she shouldn't say that." I was like, "That's fine. I kind of got used to it."
Yes.
But yeah, it was like so much of difference in
Mhm.
terms of the culture and of course the language, everything.
Mhm.
But still, I mean, I was there with the purpose to be an athletic trainer. Then in terms of, because of that, I was having a hard time too, but I was able to go through and having great friends who's, from different countries.
Yeah.
It was overall still, I'm still hanging on those University of Arkansas stuff as
Yes,
well.
you gotta be a proud alumni. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So that's where I started too. So, you know,
Mhm. So at the University of Arkansas, I remember, of course, we're both getting older. You're not that old yet, though, but sometimes I forget how long ago it was when I went through the grad program. And, it's like a blink of an eye and it's like so many years later. But when you look back at it, was there something that you wanted to, like a certain sport setting or work environment that you wanted to work after you graduated as a student? Was there anything that you looked forward to?
while looking back, I mean, I did pretty much everything what I wanted to because, I think you could say I was eager to learn or I was so selfish either way. So because, I was taking advantage of sometimes being foreigners or being Asians, sometimes it doesn't work for you, but
Hmm.
sometimes you can take advantage of it.
Hmm.
And I took advantage of it
Yes.
because, because still, even though I was able to communicate in English, still it is my second language. And sometimes I having a hard time because in the South, they have different accent and
Yes.
different way of expressions and stuff. So that was like, hey, I'm from Japan. I don't speak English. And so, but I paid tons of money to be here because I
Yes.
have to pay double, right? Because
Yes.
I don't get the in-state tuition. So that I was like, this is what I want. I want to work for football,
Uh-huh.
sometimes,
Yeah.
for instance. So I was like, so every single time I was telling my professors, and this is what I want,
Yeah.
nothing else. This is what I want.
Yes.
So I was
Yeah.
kind of pushing through it.
Yes. That's good. And I know that you had great experiences because you even had the training camp See, training camp intern in the NFL, right? You also, for the Rockies as well, right? You had a little
Right. Yeah.
internship, right?
Mhm.
So were any of those like, did that make you want to work in a certain setting after experiencing some of those things, or even your rotations, right?
Yeah. Actually, I think I did the Rockies, the baseball
Mm-hmm.
first in an internship. And because I became, the reason I went to the States, I want to be athletic trainer in a professional setting. So that was kind of my dream setting, right? That I was able to have an opportunity to work with them. Then, I mean, the Colorado Rockies, it was like great organizations and everybody was cool and I was enjoying it. And I was like, yeah, maybe this is something I want to do. Then it was, I think the spring camp was 2, 3 weeks, something like that. Then went back to school, working for football. Coming back to football, I was like, this is different culture, right? Then I
Yeah.
was like, my heart going toward more baseball. Then I graduated the college, the University of Arkansas. Then right after that, I was working for the Houston Texans as an internship.
Mhm.
Then I was like, hmm, it was fun, great experience, and
Uh-huh.
great to see those great athletes and stuff. But I was thinking they were professionals so that they know what to do,
Uh-huh.
you know, and it was fun. But to me, it wasn't that much of fun
Mhm.
because I like to work with, like, I like to see the people kind of growing so
Mhm.
that to me, it's more like working for high school or college is better place for me because the
Mhm.
professional field, it's great experience and so much fun. But I mean, they are like package deal already,
Yes,
you know,
that is
you know what
true.
I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, I like the education part as well. So that I was like, maybe professional is great place to work with, but to me, the college university setting is better for me because there are tons of stuff I can do and I can show them, I can educate them as well. So that kind of changed my mind too.
Yes. And it's interesting because some people, and everyone has a better fit at a certain level. And I'm completely with you on that. Fortunately, having been at the NFL level too, I do agree. It's like they all know or have their team that they're going to always rely on, right? Of course, the staff on site is there for them, but like you said, it's not as rewarding, or you're not going to make as big of an impact on one of the superstars because they already have all of the resources. But in the college setting, I completely agree. That's where you really can educate these student athletes. You can really help them along their career, help them to not only excel in college, but if they go on to play professionally, they really have gained some tools that have shaped them through their college careers.